Yeah.
This is well known in classic legendary game circles, right? Cheat codes, when developers would make games, they'd throw little fun things in there for you. And Konami, which was, I don't know if they still exist in some capacity, but that was a huge video game company in the 80s. And the guy who created the Konami code, Kazushi Hashimoto, died a couple days ago.
Is it up, down, left, right, BA,
Start,
select, start?
BA start, yeah. Up, down, left, right, BA start. Yep.
What does that do?
Oh, BA start? I thought it was select start.
Like if you were
playing...
playing...
select start if you're playing two-player.
There you go, select start. Mm-hmm. If you were playing Contra, I remember there was a game in the mid-'80s called Contra, and I think it would give you like unlimited lives.
It'd give you 30 lives,
okay.
And it just made it easier to actually beat the game.
Yeah.
Really hard game.
The only cheat code I ever used on a game was in Guitar Hero, and you unlocked a hyper speed. So it would come at you faster, but the notes would be spaced further apart.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, that made more sense in my brain for it to be coming faster but further apart. Because when they're all smashed together, it's hard to see what's next.
Yeah.
But that was, oh boy. It was orange, blue, orange, yellow, orange, blue, orange, yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a funny show. I mentioned it briefly. There's a funny show on Apple Plus. It is Rob McElhenney's new show. It's called Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet, and it's a comedy about people working at a video game company, and it's very dry. It's not as slapsticky as Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it's funny for people who have Apple Plus. It's a funny show. So the guy who created the Konami code is dead. I'm sure there are a lot of Gen X nerds who are...
Is that his only legacy?
He's the main guy that did it.
Yeah.
The Contra code was the one I think a lot of people knew. But
Yeah.
then they used it in a lot of other games. Castlevania, they used it in DDR still. I don't know what what that got you. And then other developers would use it. You know, other people, they kind of took that thing from him and used it in other games. There's a thing, I think my son said Fortnite had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What other games had good codes? I liked Sonic had a bug code where you could basically program the game while you were playing. So like you could play a Sonic and then you could become like rings and you could just make 1,000 rings and then get them all at once. And it'd like pause the game while you were doing it.
I remember one of the only video games I played as a kid was Yoshi's Island on Nintendo, Super Nintendo. There wasn't a cheat code.
That was a Mario spin-off game?
Yeah. Where you were Yoshi and you could like find and throw eggs and stuff. It was really cool. I loved that game a lot. It wasn't a cheat code, but there was like certain levels where if you hit it at just the right spot, you would like pop up above all the
clouds and stuff. Yeah.
Well, above everything, and then you just walked across the top of the screen the whole time, and you're like collecting coins the whole time.
Like
you're
a
up
little
there.
trapdoor.
Yeah, there were a few of them that you could do that on.
ABACABB, Abacab, like the Genesis song. Tell me.
Mortal Kombat
Blood Code.
Good job.
There you go.
Yeah, because if you put that in, then you get actual like fatalities.
Ooh.
Blood. Yeah.
Speaking of fatalities, coronavirus.
Oh, here we go.
Boy, Corona Beer is having a tough week.
Yeah.
Despite having absolutely nothing to do with the coronavirus. Granted, not as bad a week as Molson Coors. Still a bad week. They have legitimately seen their market share drop just because their name is in the news in a very pejorative sense on an hourly basis. 82,000 people, of course, worldwide have been diagnosed with the coronavirus. That's killed 2,800 people. Corona, the beer company, said that they think that all this talk about the virus, even though one's got nothing to do with the other, still branding-wise and people talking about it has contributed to a bad quarter for them.
How do you even
Now,
bounce
if
back?
you think, by the way, because there's not going to be any quick, I can't see into the future, but there's not going to be any quick culmination for this coronavirus. I suspect that in one way or the other, it might last the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, if you're Corona, you're like, come on, alien invasion, zombie apocalypse, anything to get us out of the news.
Anything.
Right.
But if you think for a second that this is going to dissuade me from the years over there at InBev or whatever the company is. But listen, the Corona people, they're looking at this and they're going, I mean, you've seen the memes.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of Heineken bottles with a face mask over it and standing next to a Corona bottle. That can't help when you get a visual representation of it. I mean, what's next? Lime embargoes, because of coronavirus? Come on. So I'm getting to people before they get to me. They'll go, what about the Corona crew? Still going to happen.
Still happening.
Still
one of the best days of the year.
Of course. I'm not going to tell you when it's happening.
You might get sick, but it will be from drinking too much.
Yes.
Not from some stupid Chinese virus.
It'll be fun-induced.
Yes.
Fun-induced sickness.
It'll be fun-induced vomiting, not viral-induced vomiting. What did you call it? A stupid Chinese sickness?
Yeah.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh? Like those 70s
Stupid
detergent
Chinese
commercials.
virus, yeah.
Stupid Chinese virus, huh? Well, I saw Costco, by the way, has sold out of their emergency food kits. And the reason I know this is because all the other people who sell emergency food kits are making a lot of hay about that because they're going, hey, can't get them at Costco.
What is that?
You got to come to me.
Like
Jim
astronaut
Baker,
food?
like Doomsday. Alex Jones sells this nonsense.
That's what I'm saying. Is it like powdered nutrients?
I'll tell you what it
it's
is.
where they got like a big old jug of macaroni and like a big barrel.
Costco has sold out of their 1 year's worth of food. That is a $5,000 pallet of food. Costco has sold out of those. But they want you to know the 23-pound mac and cheese bucket with up to 20-year shelf life still available. So if you get the Costco circular in the mail on the hour, like I do at Casa Cox, keep an eye on that. Their emergency food, a lot of it is sold out, boy. Wow. You can still get the Chef's Banquet mac and cheese bucket, like I said.
Is there like a pallet of
23
tuna?
pounds, you said?
180 servings, that's $90. Okay. But the $5,000 Mountain House 1 year food storage, that's 2,800 servings. Simply no way to know how that breaks out over the course of a year.
$14 a day.
That is sold out. So people went right for the I need food for a year. Now, this could just be garden variety preppers who were already doing what they were doing.
Right.
Doubling down on coronavirus. You can still get freeze-dried breakfast skillet, 48 servings.
People are, okay. All right. They're thinking this is going to be a bunker situation?
And if you're a real prepper, you already had all this stuff. All these Johnny-come-lately preppers that are like, oh, because of the coronavirus, now I need a year.
Preppers.
Yeah, exactly.
Show me your bunker.
My parents have had a food storage my entire life. That's how they live. They've always had a whole bunch of like cans of
tuna.
Wheat
it's always tuna.
And just like canned food, tuna, anything that's got a long shelf life. It's all down there. It's all down there.
I would love to be high at your house one day. Just come through.
Not good.
Go through the pantry.
It's not like Oreos and chips.
Yeah.
Delicious freeze-dried macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
You'll wish you'd been killed in a nuclear apocalypse if you've got that in your basement. Now, here's what I always think about prepping. I mean, it's some white people stuff. White people of means, I should add.
And you can still get AIDS on prep, too.
Secondly, I don't see a downside to it.
No.
Hey, if you've got the space and you've got the money.
Make sure you have utensils, though, because you don't want a giant bucket of macaroni and cheese.
You can't get open.
And no way to eat it.
Creamy hands, baby.
Creamy hands.
Or you're down there and the world's exploding above your house and you're in your bunker and you're like, who's got the can opener?
Y'all talking about creamy hands.
God damn, there's no can opener.
Tell you guys something in confidence.
In confidence over the radio?
I tell you guys something in confidence. I hope it's never going to be used against me.
It's funny.
You can't say something like creamy hands,
It will be used against you in 5 minutes by me, guaranteed. So go ahead, please.
Yeah, the quality of life after there's some sort of apocalyptic event doesn't seem worth sticking around for.
I was talking with my sister about this, and I was saying, like, if I would want to be alive in that situation. She was like, why would you want to be alive? And I was like, I don't know. I think that's kind of like...
This is
like
the same thing I talked about on the show the other day.
I know, to like rebuild a population.
You guys
like,
reprimanded me about that.
Because you don't want to just start from the ground up.
I said
rebuild society.
I said I would be pissed if like someone else died, like a guy that has been prepping his entire life for the apocalypse, and then I was the only one left. I'm like, great.
But you get all his stuff.
I got to do all this
food.
work. Yeah, but like, what's the point of being alive? What is my quality of life? Say I do survive. Say I do build a hut that I can live in, and I have a friend a pet squirrel named Fred.
Listen, that's going to be
what else am I going to do?
That's going to be your choice. If you don't think there's any value to it, then you would kill yourself day one.
I don't think I would kill myself.
That probably wouldn't happen. How many days would go by? Because you've made
however long it takes me to starve.
You've made your
7.
What would be worse than
starve?
letting yourself starve to death? You wouldn't do that.
No.
There's an imperative. There's like a survival instinct that would kick in. You wouldn't let yourself starve.
I'm trying to survive, but I'm gonna live pretty recklessly. Like, I'm gonna live dangerously and probably get taken out by somebody that was much better prepared.
What do you mean by live recklessly?
Like,
in
I'm gonna
post-apocalyptic.
where
Banging
you have
people?
to scrounge. No, you have to scrounge for supplies. So I'm going to go try and get my supplies, and I'm gonna have to fight people, but I'm not gonna have the weapons that I need. I'm gonna be the guy with a board with a nail in it while they all got guns, and I'm gonna get taken out like that, and it's fine.
You're gonna be
It's
like
fine.
Eugene in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You're gonna show up in jeans and a t-shirt
Yeah.
with your plank with a nail.
I'm just gonna
And just like,
all right, who wants some Jordans? I'll
listen,
trade you
somebody-
Jordans.
Yeah.
I'm going to step on some toes.
I have these very expensive shoe collection. Would anybody like to trade freeze-dried mac and cheese?
I'm kicking in the
These
shin.
Glenn Beck told me to buy all this gold. Who wants to trade? Pow, pow, pow. You know, double tap through the head and they take my gold.
Yep.
I really don't have any discernible skills if that were to happen. I
learn
can
'em.
adjust. I'm
I
pretty
have-
athletic.
I have enough. Like,
Decently fast.
I know some things, but I just don't think I have the desire. But then again, once you get into that situation, the survival instinct kicks in. And I was thinking about just like in my building alone, if there was some sort of situation where people like just like if there was like a plague and people started dropping dead, and like all the cats that are living in that building and how they
They're
react
gonna eat
to
the
it.
people before you can.
They're gonna eat the people. Well, I don't want that, but it's just gonna be real smelly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real smelly in that building.
The Mormon Church, as you know, Bill, you're
Yeah.
supposed to have a food supply that lasts 90 days.
Yep.
And they have a handy-dandy guide
Are
on
you
that.
serious?
Yes, that's
He-
what I was
he-
talking
he'll
about.
tell you this all the
But
time.
I mean, like every
You're sup-
family,
His
They're supposed
parents'
to, yeah.
house,
Yeah.
there is 90 days worth of food.
just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, I guess that's not a bad practice. You never know.
Yeah, they're always prepared.
They've got a guide on their website for the best foods to buy or avoid with a focus on long-term storage. So wheat, sure. Sugar, corn, yeah.
What are you supposed to do with this stuff? If you handed me,
Dehydrated carrots
if
could
you
last you
handed
20
me corn
years.
and wheat, and you were like, you have to eat this, I'd be like, I don't know how to do this. What do you do with corn and wheat and sugar?
I feel like if your life depends on it, you're going to figure it out right quick.
Yeah, you make bread.
Okay, but there's no internet. So now you just have corn and wheat and sugar, and you have to
you
figure
ever
out how to
heard of
make a meal.
book?
Oh, I don't have a book. I don't have
You
a cookbook in my
yes,
house.
well, we have all these things.
You buy the prepper
You have-
handbook.
You have
Okay.
recipe
Tells
books.
ya.
You have all these instruction manuals of how to do these things. And then also, a lot of this stuff was taught to me when I was younger.
That's crazy. What a
Like-
weird skill set to have. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of
But
cool.
it's useful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You might never use it, but if
I have never used it.
stuff goes down, like
got
I've got a huge bug out bag, right? There's stuff in there that I would have to figure out how to use, but I've got instructions that go with those things, and I'd figure out how to use them.
I have a toolkit.
That might help
I have a
too.
hammer and a scale. Nope, not a scale. A level
Level.
yeah.
and a little saw. It's a tiny saw, but it's a saw.
I highly doubt a level is going to come in handy in a
You don't know that.
post-apocalyptic wasteland. Hey guys, this thing is not at a 90-degree angle anymore.
Hey, you might have to build something and you want it to be level.
See? Structurally sound.
Yeah, there's a lot of things structurally sound
My
at that
little
level.
$14 Walmart
Yeah.
toolkit.
I'm sure your level's also this big.
It's
so-
smaller than that.
Oh,
it's
smaller
like the
than that.
size of a pager. Like,
You have
it's
a
tiny.
Hitler's penis level.
Yeah.
Little bubble in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right, well, that could work.
I used it when I hung my pictures in my house.
You ladies can barter,
Yes.
you know? Yeah, I said to Gwen, I go, I hope, because we're going to Jamaica in April for our friend's wedding. And I'm like, I hope this coronavirus thing doesn't jam up our plans to go in April. It could
Down
very
there?
well.
Well, I'm going to
Well-
a bungalow, so I hope that bungalow in Michigan doesn't get a coronavirus outbreak.
I'm supposed to go to Florida with a friend of mine.
I mean, Jamaica is an island, obviously, but there's all kinds of tourism. I mean, it's a tourist economy, so there's people coming
Ships
from all over
going
the
in and
place.
out.
I don't know. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about this because Mike Pence is in charge.
He's got it.
Pray,
He's got it all figured out. So
pray it
I'm
away.
not,
Pray the virus away,
I'm
right?
not concerned. Boy, you couldn't find it more aggressive. You think Trump's
Thoughts and
aggressively
prayers.
stupid. Mike Pence, this guy, like,
I have faith in him. You don't have hair like that and not be serious.
yeah, that's how seriously Trump takes the coronavirus. He put Mike Pence in charge. Mike Pence literally doesn't think science is real. Like, my wife went to Indiana University before Pence was governor, but, you know, if you drove through Indiana when he was governor, you would see billboards about how Indiana balanced the budget and blah, blah. Yeah, by getting rid of all of the public health programs. That's how everybody balances their budget, is they screw poor people out of public health programs. Mm-hmm. So Mike Pence very famously he had a huge HIV outbreak in Indiana because he slashed all these public health programs when he was governor. Huge problem there. He literally is a cautionary tale on how not to handle a public health emergency.
So maybe he's learned from his mistakes. Then he's a new man now.
I'll tell you what it is.
And he's like,
We're doing something else that's important to me because he's been terrific in many ways, but he's also very good on health care. And we really followed him very closely. A lot of states do. When Mike was governor, Mike Pence of Indiana, they've established great health care. They have a great...
By the way, none of that is true. Obviously, it's Trump talking, so none of it's true. But literally, none of that is true. Could not be further from the truth that Indiana had this great, huge HIV, biggest HIV outbreak ever in the state's history when Mike Pence was governor, because he killed all, like Trump did with all the Obama Ebola people, right? Fired them all.
But
figured, I don't need these people.
Great system there. A system that a lot of the other states have really looked to. I'm going to be announcing exactly right now that I'm
exactly right now.
This guy,
Exactly right now.
You can smell the wood burning as he just makes it up as he's talking. He's like, I'm going to, I'll do it now.
He has to have speechwriters, right?
No.
But so that's my question. I'm like, is there somebody working who writes it down and hands it to him? And then he's
And if
just
they do, he goes off.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's gotta be
I can
the
talk
most
better than this.
frustrating job where you're like, dude, please
It's
read
actually
the paper.
probably a fun job at this point because he's not going to read any of it, so you just
Write
write whatever you want.
I just got to put my
copy
sauce
and
on it.
paste in old Dave Barry entries.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Mike Pence, everybody.
exactly right now that I'm going to be putting our Vice President, Mike Pence, in charge. And Mike will be working with the professionals, doctors, and everybody else that's working. The team is brilliant. I spent a lot of time with the team over the last couple of weeks, but they're totally brilliant, and we're doing really well, and Mike is going to be in charge.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's heard it by now. But Mike Pence has less than, they're very quietly starting to ask some of the, Obama scientists if they'd like to come back and help out with this. Right. They're not really getting headlines with this. But I'll tell you what this is. This has got listen, even if you're a Trump fan, he gives less than a half-wet turd about American interests. Does not care, right? So again, it's a distraction from what's really going on. He's going to dump Mike Pence for the election because all these people around him are like, you got to have a chick. You got to have a chick.
He's not going to dump Mike
Pence.
Yes, no, he isn't.
Watch. Because this is a lose-lose for Mike Pence. He's like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to be in charge of the coronavirus. Because invariably, when this thing goes the way it's going to go, Trump can I had nothing to do with it. I put Pence in charge. He's going to dump Pence.
He's not going to dump Pence.
You watch.
Who's he going to pick?
Why would he not put a doctor at the head of the coronavirus thing? I mean, he doesn't really have anybody left, so he probably he just looked and there was Mike Pence. He goes,
he didn't
Pence is in charge.
Pick Melania or Jared Kushner. He'll just dump it on whoever is there and convenient at the time.
So Mike Pence.
Yeah, okay, so Mike Pence.
He's going to dump Pence.
He ain't.
Watch.
Who was he going to get? Nikki Haley?
Nikki Haley.
No.
Okay.
No.
Watch.
You're wrong.
He'd rather endanger your health than lose an election. Mark my words.
I'm not saying that, but I don't think he's going to dump Pence.
Why would he keep him?
If there's one thing
Why keep him?
Because
he doesn't do anything.
They all have dirt on him. Same reason why he didn't dump Giuliani.
Who's got dirt on who?
Everybody in there. The only thing that keeps these people.
Doesn't matter if he got dirt.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't. Then why did he fire everyone else? If everybody's got dirt on everybody else, why did he fire everybody else?
The people that
they just hired a college senior. They hired a college kid to a senior White House position the other day.
Like 22.
Yeah, they're like, we literally can't get any people. People with expertise and careers and people who are worried about their integrity. They're like, we can't get those people. We'll get a kid who wrote me a $100 check in the campaign and put him in there, give him something to do.
Well, can we donate so I can get on the White House? That would be cool.
Why don't you donate?
What do you want to do?
I don't got no money.
Well, what do you want to do?
You do have money.
I don't have no money.
You have more money than I do.
We'll scrounge
Politics 101, never spin your own cash.
We'll scrounge together some money for you. What did you have in mind? What kind of position would you like with the White House?
I'll cover the HIV outbreak and stuff.
Coronavirus.
No. I want to do something that matters to me and gay health. They need to put somebody
Gay health.
They need to put somebody.
He's in charge of gay health.
This
Gay
is
in charge.
Poundcake Brown, my czar of gay health. Yeah, all right, good. I want to make you the gay health czar.
Hi,
black
I'm
and I'm
Poundcake for
gay.
gay health.
Poundcake for gay health.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
a
your hands
shit.
a little creamier than usual?
They're going to call me the gay czar.
I'll mess around and become vice president.
All right, good.
Pick me.
Do it. Gay czar, gay czar. Poundcake's the gay czar.
Let's start a war.
All right, good. I got to
Nuclear war.
I've got to break, and if you want to get those tickets for the Rolling Stones, I will have them for you closer to 420. They're doing that show, of course, June 19th at First Energy Stadium. I think we're still giving some away online, too. Go to alancoxshow.com, hit the contest page there.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. 1964.